budget Ferrari? Probably not. But if going for Ferrari's new 4-passenger GTC4Lusso T over its wealthier sibling, the GTC4Lusso Sans T, you'll save about $45,000. Thus, to obtain a Lusso T such as the one I drove for the week, you'll pay just $337,830. Who's in? Mind you, pinching pennies inside Ferrari store does amount to in different ways. The Lusso T trades the GTC4Lusso's 680 horsepower V12 for the 602 horsepower turbocharged V8. And the Lusso T drops the Lusso's sophisticated all-wheel drive system in support of a simpler rear drive setup. In the process, the T shaves about 120 pounds compared to its V12 sibling. So from a week driving of a Lusso T, absolutely suit, what do you lose going T? The short answer: hardly anything. Naturally, the possible lack of all-wheel drive means the Lusso T isn't the all-weather sportsmobile that the sibling is. If you plan to use your Lusso being a 4-passenger transport for ski getaways as much well-heeled Europeans do, the T isn't for you personally. Also, there's no denying the gloriousness of your naturally aspirated V12, the smoothness, the musical whine mainly because it revs, the sheer joy that comes from lifting the hood and simply looking at that magnificent bit of mechanical artistry. That said, the Lusso T can be an utterly delicious machine in its own right. Just experiencing the blissful aroma of their leather-lined cockpit is sufficient to set your face reeling. The optional all-glass panoramic roof, a heady $20,249 extra, is brilliant, elegantly incorporated into the bodywork and adding a welcome airiness for the rear seats which could actually accommodate 2 full-size adults. And the cabin is just sublime, rich, beautifully stitched hides everywhere, aluminum accents, stylish details browse the 4 articulating air vents inside dash. I must say, though, if you want to fly this high, you're likely to pay huge. Some of the options so costly as to be obscene. For instance, you'll pay $979 to have your tachometer in white. What little prancing horses stitched to the headrests? That'll run you $2,194. Ventilated electric front seats? That's $3,712. A separate vehicle info display for the curious front seat passenger? That'll be $5,906. And while many automobiles right now come with Apple CarPlay inbuilt, if you need it with your Lusso T you'll need to cough up a dizzying $4,219. Ouch. Then again, who would like to pay $260,750 for just a base-sticker Lusso T stripper? What you need to do get for a longer than $300 large is surely an absolutely transcendent drive. With its turbo V8, the Lusso T feels and sounds totally different from its V12 sibling, but it's still awesome. The engine is bourbon smooth at idle and is really a fantastic wail since it nears its red line, the twin turbos muting the exhaust note almost generally not very. What's more, Ferrari claims, the T is actually simply 1/10 slower to 60 miles per hour versus the V12 edition. You make it in just 3.5 blistering seconds. And at 561 pound-feet, the turbo V8 kills the V12's 514 pound-feet of torque. There's zero lag after you plant your right foot. The transmission is identical lightning-quick 7-speed dual-clutch unit inside V12 car. While it can transform gears fully automatically, I drove around Los Angeles exclusively in manual mode. Paddle shift gear changes, up and down, are simply that pleasing. and even when once you're doing the shifting yourself, the Lusso T results in as an effortless, easygoing road car you may easily use each day. 3 times I made the trek from West Los Angeles to downtown and back, merely of 14 miles each way, in LA time a grueling hour along with a half per direction. Yet the Lusso T would be a completely happy driving partner, idling in traffic without complaint, shifting smoothly in spite of the constant stop-start-stop routine, even riding agreeably over a few of the City of Angels' devilishly broken tarmac. Not even the grind of Los Angeles gridlock might make the Lusso T anything lower than utterly charming. And if you want to rock, well, the Lusso T shines there, too. I took the auto out for a few exercise from the twisties of Malibu and came away feeling like I deserved astronaut status, such were the G-forces and pace I attained. I kept the steering wheel mounted, driver adjustable Manettino switch in sport mode almost exclusively, which adds firmness and response on the chassis whilst loosening the reins from the traction and stability systems. This big, comfy coupe may weigh a lot more than 2 tons, but let me tell you, it's a scream to push hard. The power is sizzling, the grip simply tremendous. My tester was shod with beefy Michelin Pilot Sport S tires on gorgeous 20-inch forged painted rims. That'll be an added $6,243, please. If I'd had rear seat passengers riding along for my blast, they'd have already been churned into butter. Bottom line, the Lusso T gives up nothing for the V12 version in driving exhilaration. While just about the go-anywhere car that this all-wheel drive Lusso is, the rear-drive Lusso T remains to be very much a go-anytime drive. If you had the means to get one, it might make a boffo daily driver, hushed and relaxed on the road, indifferent to traffic, delighted to kickstart your adrenaline following a long visit to the office. It even betters the V12 version's range by about 30%. And with room for 4 and a few pretty decent cargo space underneath the rear hatch, you may even divert to Post Scooter along with a couple of his fellow percussion pals from band practice. Just suppose the conversation when one tells his parents, "Scooter's dad drove us home in their Ferrari." Stunned mom, "Drove who home within his Ferrari?" Still breathless kid, "All 3 people." 2018 Ferrari GTC4Lusso T specifications. Price $260, $750, $337, $830 BAZ tested. Engine 3.9 liters, 32 valve twin turbo V8 602 HP at 6,500 revolutions per minute. 561 lb-ft at 3000. Transmission 7-speed dual-clutch automatic. Layout 2-door, 4-passenger, front engine, RWD hatchback. EPA mileage 1,521 miles per gallon city hui. LXWXH 193.8 by 78.0 by 54.4 inches, wheelbase 117.1 in. Weight 4,110 pounds, 060 miles per hour, 3.5 seconds estate. Top speed 199 fist.